You're listening to KTHO Radio, the best of Tahoe history. Welcome, this is Dr. David Borges, a local chiropractic doctor and a Lake Tahoe historian. I've taught Tahoe history for the Lake Tahoe Historical Society, local schools and service clubs since 1985, and at the community college since 2006. Now I have the opportunity to share Tahoe history with the KTHO radio listeners, and I'm very, very thankful. And my approach to history is an interactive one, and I want you to do rather than just know something. And if you have any Tahoe history questions, please go to the KTHO website at kthoradio.com and leave any questions you have on the feedback link. That's kthoradio.com feedback link. All questions will be answered. Today we're going to be discussing the Indians in and around the Lake Tahoe Basin. This program is designed for the Tahoe local, for those new to Lake Tahoe, and for our Tahoe visitors. And we're going to be connecting time and places so you'll have a thorough understanding of Tahoe's unfolding events to get where we are today. But I want to describe Lake Tahoe in a sentence, and I feel it's best described as the jewel between the silver and gold states, perfectly set in the high Sierra Nevadas, or the snow-capped range. You see, California is noted to be the golden state, and Nevada is known to be the silver state. The Sierra Nevadas split the two, and on top of the Sierra Nevadas is our beautiful Lake Tahoe. I also want you to know place names. For example, Carson. Well, Carson is named after Kit Carson, who was a guide for John C. Fremont and many others in the 1800s. Carson Pass is in Alpine County going toward Kirkwood on Highway 88. Carson Lake is in Churchill County near Fallon, Nevada. Carson City, the capital of the state of Nevada, happens to be in Eagle Valley. And 10 miles south of Carson City are the cities of Minden and Gardnerville, and they're actually in Carson Valley. But this episode we're going to be talking about the 4 Tahoe Indian tribes that lived and traded in the Lake Tahoe area. And we're going to focus on one of them in this episode. It's going to be the Northern Paiute Indian tribe, and there are 3 famous Paiute generations of the 1800s. Chief Truckee, his son Chief Winnemucca, and Chief Winnemucca's daughter Sarah Winnemucca. But who were the 4 Indian tribes? Well, there were the Washoe Indians, the Mayadu, the Miwok, and the Paiute. The Washoe Indians were on the eastern side of the Sierra Nevadas, and they ranged all the way out toward Fallon. The Paiute Indian tribes started at the Idaho border in the north and almost covered the whole state of Nevada. It was so large that they actually had a northern Paiute tribe and a southern Paiute tribe. And the Miwok. Well, Miwok were from the California coast to the Sierra foothills, and you'll know the Miwok Indians tribe because of the El Dorado Hills Casino. That's on Miwok Indian land. And the Mayadu, and specifically the Nisenan tribe. They're in the Sierra foothills, real close to Coloma, which is about 8 miles north of Placerville on Highway 50 going towards Sacramento. And that is the place where the Coloma Indians helped John Sutter and John Marshall, and some say Sam Kybers, build a lumber mill. And while they built that lumber mill, they found the gold, which started the 1849 gold rush. Well, let's talk about that 3 generations of Paiute Indians. First, Chief Truckee. Well, Chief Truckee was very, very helpful to the white man. He helped the Walker Party in 1883. He helped John C. Fremont in 1844, and that Private Stevens Party that went over later in 1844, and many, many others helped cross the Sierra Nevadas. He actually helped in the Mexican War in 1846. And he said, and I quote regarding the white man, "My white brothers, my long-looked-for white brothers have come at last." Well, unfortunately, Chief Truckee died in 1859. And after that, his son took the reins of being the chief of the tribe. And actually, he started the Paiute War of the 1860s with his nephew, Numunga. It was May 6, 1860, when the Paiute Indian Nation swarmed the Williams Station, which is underwater from the Lake Lahontan Dam, and it was raided by the Paiutes in retaliation to the kidnap of 2 young Paiute girls. While 76 of the 105 military men were killed. Well, Sarah Winnemucca, his daughter, became an author and one of the most beloved citizens in the state of Nevada. because in 2005, the statue of Sarah Winnemucca is in the Statuary Hall in the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C., because she fought for education and equality. She wrote about an experience that she remembered as a young child on an oncoming immigrant party on the trail next to the Humboldt River. And her aunt saw this immigrant party coming and said to Sarah's mother, "Let's bury our girls or we shall all be killed and eaten up." So they went out to work and buried us and told us if we heard any noise, do not cry out, for if we did, they would surely kill us and eat us. So our mothers buried me and my cousin, planted sagebrushes over our faces to keep the sun from burning them, and we were left there all day long. Well, Sarah survived all that, and she became an educator and a peacemaker for the Paiute Indian tribe. Well, now you know a little bit more about the 4 Indian tribes in Lake Tahoe, the Northern Paiute Indian tribe with Chief Truckee, Chief Winnemucca, and Sarah Winnemucca. This has been the Best of Tahoe History, and you're listening to KTHO Radio, and I'm your host, Dr. David Borges. I ask if you have any Tahoe history questions, go to the KTHO website at kthoradio.com and leave any questions you have in that feedback link. All questions are going to be answered. And in future episodes, we're going to be talking about John C. Fremont, the California Gold Rush, the Nevada Gold and Silver Rush, the Pony Express, and many other historical events where Tahoe was involved. We're also going to have guest speakers as local Tahoe historians. So thank you very much for listening. This is David Borges. Listen to my Tahoe History program every Tuesday and Saturday morning at 10:15 on K-Tahoe AM and FM.